tell me about a connection between the assistance and the investigation. Never said. In other words, nothing happened. I have never seen a direct relationship between the investigations and security assistance. So they have said now nothing happened. And yet, you don't even read this. Now, it only came out a little while ago, in all fairness. I'll give him a chance. Can you report this tonight and tomorrow, please? So if Pelosi were honest, which she's not, and if Shifty Schiff, little Shifty Schiff, it's got the little 10-inch neck. What size shirts do you need, Adam? I wear a size 9. 9. He will not make the LSU football team, that I can tell you. Boom. And the neck is gone. Now, he's a bad guy. He's a dishonest guy. He's the guy that went up and fabricated a whole story and read what I supposedly said to the new and very good, I think, new Ukrainian president. And Adam Shifty Schiff went up and he made up, think of it, he made up my statement. And it was horrible what he said. And he finished it by saying, "You don't call me, I'll call you." I said, where did this come from? He's sick. He's sick. But then one thing happened. Here's what happened. You know what happened. I said, I better release the real call. So they had transcribers. The call is perfect. And we released it. And that was the beginning of the end for them. They are a disgrace. Now, they're just dishonest people. And honestly, they hurt our country incredibly badly. Because I don't like releasing calls with other presidents and prime ministers. You don't like to do that. You don't want to do that, but you had to. Because he totally fabricated, he made up my conversation. He's a thief, he's a crook. And you know what? He's a corrupt politician, and frankly, he should be prosecuted. The only problem is he has immunity because he's a congressman, and he made the statement in the halls of Congress. He made the statement while in that great, beautiful building, so therefore he has immunity. So he can be crooked as hell. In the meantime, they gave the Republicans, who, by the way, have really stuck together. It's a beautiful thing to see. So we don't have rights to lawyers. We don't have rights to anything. We don't have rights to, it's the most incredible thing. But you know what? By them being so ridiculous, people see we've been taken away. Our due process has been taken away. But here's what we have. We have truth. We have the fact that everything is absolutely perfect. Perfect. And based on the poll numbers and other numbers, but based on the poll numbers, the people of this country aren't buying it. You see it, because we're going up and they're going down. Let's keep it going for a while. Let's keep it going for a while. I mean, I have one problem. And it's been very hard on my family. Who ever heard, impeachment to me is a dirty word. It's been very unfair, very hard on my family. Me, it's my whole life, it's crazy. What a life I lead. You think this is fun, don't you? But it's been very hard on my family, very, very hard. But I'll tell you what I found. The Republicans, they stick together they have really stuck. But you know what they're doing now? The Republicans are coming. Sir, our poll numbers are going through the roof. Do you think we could keep this going? I said, do me a favor, let's get it ended. They said, but let's keep it going, President. It's so great. Because we've never had a time like this. I got a call from the evangelical leaders the other day, a whole lot of them. They said, the church has never been more energized as it is right now because of what they're trying to do to our president, ever. So we have a great group of Republicans, but I said, you know, fellas, I don't know. But they actually said, let's keep this sucker going for a while, Mr. President. I said, I don't know, something nice about ending it, but it's dirty stuff. But let me just say, with this from the Ukrainian, right here, from the Ukrainian president and the Ukrainian foreign minister, this is the whole ballgame. So in theory, they should end it tonight, but they won't. They'll find something. They'll find something. These are very dishonest people. Democrats are trying to overthrow the last election because they know they're not going to win the next election. That's all it is. And never forget, the Democrats. The Democrats in Washington are trying to stop me because I'm fighting for you. Fighting for you. They're attacking, and they don't. That's what he just said. They don't care about us. Who said that? Raise your hand. That's right. They don't. They don't care. And they don't care about African Americans. They talk. They work for the African American very hard 2 months before an election, and then people don't hear from them anymore. And remember when I said, what the hell do you have to lose? Remember that? They said that, they saw that, and you know what happened. We have the best employment numbers and the best unemployment numbers in the history of our country. Records. And they're attacking me, and they're attacking the Republican Party, really. It's an attack on the whole party, because I'm taking on the broken establishment and restoring government's loyalty to the people. If you want to see what corruption looks like, just watch the video of Sleepy Joe and watch him as he brags about withholding $1 billion in aid money to Ukraine until Ukraine fires the prosecutors, gets rid of the prosecutor that's been going after his son and his son's company in Ukraine. His son got millions of dollars from a company. See how much he made before the father was vice president. So, no experience, no nothing, millions of dollars, paid approximately $168,000 a month, plus millions of dollars with no experience. Would anybody here take that job? I think so. I think so. I think I might take that job, okay? That's a good job. And then Hunter flew to China. You know, we're making a great deal with China, or we're taking in billions in tariffs. I can live either way. They want to make the deal much more than I do. But he flew to China with his father on Air Force Two, which is a slightly smaller version of Air Force One. And while the vice president was going soft on China, his son picks up $1.5 billion for his stupid fund that he never did before. Meaning he could make tens of millions of dollars a year. And I was with the top Wall Street people the other day. They love us because we're setting records every week virtually on this sideline. So, which, by the way, means companies coming in and jobs, jobs, jobs. That's what it's about. But I was with the top guys that I was talking to them, and these are guys that do this for a living. I said, can you go into China and pick up $1.5 billion in 10 minutes? They said, impossible. I said, well, supposing like you guys, can you do it? Can't do it. Can't do it. But a guy with no experience can do it, and the fake news doesn't even want to write about it. But it will become a major campaign issue. It will become a major campaign issue. Americans deserve, assuming he wins, which I hope he does. I mean, the only problem is we will have the lowest ratings in the history of debates because he's a very sleepy person. He's exhausted. Joe is exhausted. Tired guy. Americans deserve to know the truth, but the fake news media, they're covering it up like they've never covered it up before, ever in the history of our country. In fact, I saw a report today. We kill al-Baghdadi, the worst terrorist, head of ISIS, founder of ISIS, building a new ISIS. We were the ones that took 100% of the caliphate. When I took it over, ISIS was all over the place. We defeated 100% of the caliphate, right? When we took down al-Baghdadi 2 weeks ago, they said, President Trump, out of the stories written, had 64% bad publicity. How do you get bad publicity? Not only that, we killed him. We didn't lose one of our 68 incredibly talented soldiers. And the fake news gave me bad publicity. We can't win. The other thing, one of the papers, the Washington Post, which is a terrible newspaper, started talking about al-Baghdadi as a great religious leader. Oh, give me up. If the other side would have killed him, he would have been the worst human being ever created. But he was a bad guy, and we got him, and that's the way we want it. And that's why we are more determined than ever to drain the swamp, and that's what we're doing, draining the swamp. Washington Democrats have declared war on your values and the values of a great, great place. It's called Louisiana. Have you ever heard of it? So in 2 days, you can show the far-left Democrats that you won't stand for their socialism and their corruption. You know, your 401ks are through the roof, right? You know that since the election. If you want to see him go down, start voting Democrat. You'll see him cut in half. You'll see him cut a lot further than that. On Saturday, you need to fire your far-left governor. Again, he talks, but he won't be there when it needs a vote, because when Pelosi and all of these characters from Washington call him up, Schumer, how about Chuck? Crying Chuck. I call him Crying Chuck because I saw him cry one time while making a speech. I said, isn't that sad? I've never seen him cry before. I call him Crying Chuck. Crying Chuck. Little ear stuff, you know, little. And you have a chance to elect a true Louisiana champion, Eddie Rispone, a real success, by the way. Gotta get out. You gotta get out. You know, in Mississippi 2 weeks ago, we had a tremendous success. We elected a governor. He won by much more than anticipated, really good guy. And everybody down the ticket elected by more than people thought. In Kentucky, we elected everybody. The governor got brought up in a few short days, 19 points. I went, we made a speech, the whole ticket was there. Everybody won big. Governor's a really good guy. But 19 points is a big thing, and he lost by just a few thousand votes. And the headlines the next day, Trump took a loss. I lift him up a lot. So Trump took a loss, so you got to give me a big win, please, okay? Okay? Now, he made a lot of hard decisions, and he didn't win, but we brought him up a lot. And the rest of Kentucky, I'll tell you what, they had record numbers. But Eddie Rispone, you have to understand, is pro-family, pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, and 100% pro-American. So I've known Eddie for a long time, but you know, you have to know a little background. He was a very, very successful guy, made a lot of money. He went against a phenomenally talented and a wonderful human being. We all know Ralph and love Ralph, and I'm going to bring Ralph up here in a second. Eddie and Ralph, they want criminal aliens off our streets and dangerous offenders behind bars, and they want them behind bars. Eddie's going to cut your taxes. You pay very high taxes, in case you haven't noticed. Reduce your regulations and protect Louisiana energy, which is under siege. if any of these other people get in, you know what's going to happen? There won't be any energy. I don't know what the hell we're going to be doing, right? They don't want any petroleum product. They don't want coal. They probably don't even want wind with the windmills, you know? Try liking a windmill when it's 50 feet away from your house and blowing and noisy and the birds are dropping all over the place. Not that great. Now, we want Risponi. By supporting Eddie, you will deliver a powerful rebuke to the socialists trying to sabotage our democracy and to erase your cherished way of life in Louisiana. And you really can. You can send a tremendous message back to Washington because Eddie's running against the failed far-left man, John Bel Edwards. I mean, he's failed. He has let you down so badly, economic development. He's a tool of Nancy. He's a tool of Chuck. He's probably even a tool of that guy, Adam Shifty Schiff. I don't think Schiff plays very well down here. He's controlled by the same extremists who are pushing the impeachment witch hunt. And John Bel Edwards, if he gets ever involved in that, he's going to push it like hell. And honestly, I didn't have to be down here. All I do is make enemies, because if he wins, I got another enemy. What the hell difference does it make? I have so many. But then I have an enemy in Louisiana. I don't want that. And you need a Republican here. Everyone's Republican. You need a Republican, not a Democrat. It's one of the reasons he gets nothing done. He's a chosen candidate. Think of this, John Bel. He wants open borders. He wants radical, pro-abortion policies. And he loves the fake news media. I hear they treat him great. They love him. You know why they love him? Because he does what they want, and what they want is exactly the opposite of what you want. We know that. A vote for John Bel Edwards is a vote for radical leftists who despise your values, hate your beliefs, and want to crush the workers of the state. You're doing lousy compared to others. Look, the whole country's doing great. We're having a great, great surge like we've never had in the history. Our country's the strongest it's ever been. But you're ranked number 50 on economic development. So you're doing fine, but you're not doing like you should be doing. And that's after I gave you a $10 billion, I was down 2 months ago, on the LNG plant on the Gulf, right? A $10 billion plant. And now they want to expand it. It's doing so well. Edwards broke his solemn vow to the people of Louisiana when he rammed through the largest tax hike. He pushed through the largest tax hike in the history of your state. He lied to you. He double-crossed you, and you can never trust him. He will not vote for us. It's called Make America Great Again. It's called Keep America Great. And just to finish up, and I want to hit him strong because what the hell, he hates me now. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he ever liked me, although he used to really be nice to me in person. He used to go out and say, I really like the president. Then he'd go inside and say, I don't like him at all. But just to finish up, he's in the pocket of the trial lawyers who have sent your car insurance rate to the highest level anywhere in the United States. It's crazy. He allowed illegal aliens to steal millions of health care dollars from hardworking Louisiana families. And John Bel Edwards supports illegal aliens, not American citizens. Pretty simple. And here's another one that I hate to say because we don't want to hurt your state, but on John Bel Edwards' watch, Louisiana has the highest murder rate in all of America. Do you know that? So on Saturday, your choice is clear. You got to send a message back. A vote for John Bel Edwards, your current governor, where your taxes are too high, your car insurance is a disaster, your unemployment compared to other states isn't great at all, you're 50th in economic development and #1 in murders. It's a vote for the Washington swamp. It's a vote for the Washington establishment. So on Saturday, get out. That's the last I'm going to do now. Get out and vote for Eddie Rispone, who's for jobs, safety, and freedom. So with that, man, that was a long harangue. But seriously, I want to put it in your head. It's very important. And you know what? Even if John Bell wanted to do good, he can't. He's got to go through all the Republicans. They can't stand this guy. So you got to vote for Eddie. Eddie, could I ask Eddie to come on up and say a few words? Eddie Rispone, get out and vote.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for being here. Louisiana, we are Trump country. We love President Trump, and he loves Louisiana. You may not know this, but this is the 4th time he's been to Louisiana to help us win back our state. He went to Alabama last weekend to help the LSU Tigers beat Bama. Now we have to fire our liberal, tax and spend, socialist-leaning Governor John Bell Edwards. John Bell Edwards has passed the highest tax in the history of Louisiana. He's attacked the oil and gas industry where we've lost thousands of jobs. He has released over 1,000 dangerous criminals. He supports New Orleans as a sanctuary city. And he and his greedy trial lawyer friends, they are causing us to have the 2nd highest car insurance in America. We have to get rid of John Bell Edwards, and we need your help. But this is bigger than Louisiana. We have got to send a message to these liberals, socialists, Democrats in Washington that we support our president, and we're not going to put up with all the lies that they're calling out us on. Let's send a message to them. Thank you. And like the president just said, how do we send that message? Is that we elect me as your governor and say that we are going to fire John Bell and we're going to be back where we belong. We are a red state. We're going to work with the conservatives. We're going to work with this president to make Louisiana #1 in the South when it comes to jobs and opportunities. For our children and grandchildren, so they can stay here and call Louisiana home. That's what we're here for, folks. We want them to stay here. And what can you do? You can vote for me, send a message to Washington, turn our state around, but we're going to need your help. We need to get out the vote. We need to tell our friends and families and everyone we know to get out and vote Saturday so we can turn Louisiana around and then support our president in 2020. God bless you.
Great businessman. That's what you need. Thank you, Eddie. Great job. Thank you. So we're also thrilled to be joined tonight by many of your terrific Louisiana leaders. And I want to ask a few of these people to come up. I might as well ask them all to come out. Because they're warriors, all of them. A man who knows more about the medical world than just about anybody I know. It helps that he's also a doctor, in addition to being a senator. And he's a great man and a great person, Senator Bill Cassidy. Come on up, Bill. And a man who's become a great friend of mine. He's so tough and he's so smart. You know who I'm talking about. And he's got the greatest name. A very special guy. Went to Oxford. He went to Oxford. You know what that means? That means good. That means you're very good. But he's an incredible guy, and he loves his state. John Kennedy, Senator John Kennedy. And I think what we'll do is we'll have some of our incredible warriors come up also, right? Because we have a man that you never heard of before. He's the toughest guy. He got hit hard. He got hit hard. And you know, when they had him out at second base less than a year after, he couldn't move too well. He didn't have big range. I tell the story. He was in the big stadium, and they were playing the Democrats, of all people. And the first pitch, a hard shot, was hit to the second baseman, and that ball was hit hard. And I said, oh, this is a disaster. And Steve got down, Steve Scalise, and he caught that ball, and he threw that ball to first base. Then he came off to a hero's welcome. Steve Scalise, come up, Steve. Great guy. I went to the hospital with the First Lady the night that he was hit, and he wasn't looking too good. The doctor said, not looking good, sir. And he wasn't. And I told him, one thing I learned that night, your wife loves you, because she was crying. You know, I've known many wives that weren't crying in those cases. But I said, Steve, your wife is in love with you, man. But you got better fast, and we love you. He's a brave guy. And another brave man, and a highly respected man, and a man who gave Eddie a hell of a fight. That was close. And they've developed a real relationship and a respect for each other. We're on the campaign trail, and it was a nasty campaign, but not really nasty enough, because Ralph respects Eddie a lot, and Eddie respects Ralph a lot. And I want to ask Ralph Abraham, please come up, Ralph, Congressman. And I want Garrett Graves, come on up here, Garrett, Clay Higgins, your great Congressman Mike Johnson. These are all incredible people. Mike Johnson, great man, great people. Your former Congressman John Fleming, your state's Attorney General Jeff Landry, State Treasurer John Schroeder, come on up. Come on, John, you got to say something. Go ahead. That's it.
And we can't forget our Secretary of State, who's also on the ballot, Kyle Ardoin.